Weapons free. Contact!
So not too long ago, I made the honest mistake of finally giving Halo 5 single player a chance, and right off the bat, I really started to hate it. Playing through Halo 5 and having it open with this CG video of these Spartans rolling down a hill and shooting stuff, everything slowly started to blur, and I started to get visions of that new Power Rangers movie. It was at this moment I started to feel like I was way older than the intended demographic for these games. And usually I don't care about this kind of stuff, like I'll watch me some Arthur if it's on, but it became clear to me that these games became way more than what they originally were, but not in a good way.
Stay calm, everyone.
Where's the escape button? I want to quit the game! Binky, this isn't a game. This is real.
And look, I don't blame Microsoft for wanting to pander to a younger audience. Halo is their flagship franchise, and it's not like kids weren't playing these games in the first place or that they didn't have some childish elements in them, but I took that more as these games didn't always take themselves too seriously. They could be cinematic without being overblown. Sometimes. In these newer games, the presentation gets so extra, like somebody saw the ending monologue of The Dark Knight and decided that's just what this colorful game needed that screaming children play.
Why?
Why? Now let's get one thing straight here. The Halo games have never had the best stories. They've always teetered between an awesome sci-fi epic to melodramatic schlock for preteens with the kind of writing you'd see on CW.
Requesting a rally point. Where should they go?
To war.
You can effectively replace Master Chief with like a refrigerator and you wouldn't be losing too much. He was normally just a cool voice who quite literally let his actions speak louder.
Oh, I see. The coordinate data needs to be... Right. Sorry.
That's why with Halo 4, I never understood why the story tried so hard to make us identify with him. And like all of a sudden, everyone is constantly shitting their pants about how cool Master Chief is.
Do not underestimate them. But most of all, do not underestimate him.
Ugh. It made sense before when, you know, he was like the only person doing this, but now there's like a ton of these guys in suits running around doing the same things.
Jesus Christ!
Oh man, we're dead!
Hold on. Who's that over there?
It's Master Chief!
Hello. Hey guys, what are going on in this level?
I think by replaying the first two Halo games, you can see that a lot of what made Master Chief work was Cortana. A quirky AI, one who was helpful, humorous, cynical, sarcastic, smug. She was always the smartest person in the room, and in a room that was usually just her and her green walk-in fridge, that wasn't always difficult.
You look nice.
Thank you.
Master Chief was responsible for all the shooting and exploding, but Cortana and her commentary made the levels more interesting.
Could we possibly make any more noise? I guess so.
And she was monumental in making the mysterious elements of the plot unravel so well. If you did something stupid, she'd react to it accordingly. If you found a new area, she'd marvel about it. And if you're too stupid to follow what was going on in the story because your parents bought you these games when you were in like 2nd grade, she'd fill you in. That's why Halo 3's story felt a little bit more stiff to me in comparison to the first two games. Cortana is pretty much absent for 90% of it, so you don't get any of that banter or intrigue as the levels progress.
Got an escape plan?
Thought I'd try shooting my way out. Mix things up a little.
Just keep your head down. There's 2 of us in here now, remember?
Halo 3 offered the perfect ending for these characters. Adrift in space, with no one but each other after preventing the destruction of the entire galaxy, waiting an indefinite amount of time until they are summoned again. Could be years. Could be decades. Entire generation. Nah! They wake up like 5 years later to fight a bunch of robot dogs. And shit's still happening with the Covenant, but it's never explained. Like, who the hell are any of these characters? Oh, you needed to read this book, or oh, you needed to play Halo 4's episodic bonus missions, or oh, you needed to buy this Mega Block. Ever since the first game, Microsoft has tried desperately to force Halo as this multimedia franchise with books, comics, Dave & Buster tie-ins, and the often failed promise of a movie. You can expand and improve things all you want, but by doing so, you can easily lose sight of the simplicity that made this series special in the first place. And at worst, even expose your property as something that isn't as complex as you keep trying to make it out to be. You see, it was cute early early on when the Halo series was releasing books because they weren't intrusive regarding your enjoyment of the games. At most, they were supplementary material for people who enjoyed enough of what they saw in the games to want more context. With Halo 5, you need to be like a devout follower of every piece of media to even understand what the fuck is going on. When you give me a choice of reading a bunch of books, comics, and watching a shitty TV show just to understand your game, and my other option is just turning the console off, chances are I'm just gonna do something else. Thank you.